Controversial.
Very kind of, I actually wanted to just sort of comment on his comment about the green corridor, and you said that you had looked into the Puna and there was some controversy, and I just wanted to clarify that from my point of view, what the controversy is that people in Paradise Park don't want a freeway. I think a whole different story would happen. It's going to be a green.
Yeah, that is, what she's saying is she's talking about following up on an earlier comment regarding a green corridor that would facilitate transportation through Paradise Park, and her comment is she doesn't believe there'll be opposition to a green corridor, that the opposition was based on residents of Paradise Park not wanting a freeway coming through Paradise Park. That if the conversation kind of shifted a little bit and, hey, what about if we let bicycles through? What about if we let green transportation or modes of transportation, that would be acceptable? So I got this gentleman, I got Lawrence, and then back to four. Wait, sir, you had your hand up? Yeah. Oh, you? Oh, was you? Oh, sorry. Joyce, we're counting everybody out. I'm trying my best to get to everybody. You guys, again, I'd like to repeat, we're not going anywhere. There's a lot of people who have their hands up, and then we'll go one by one, so everybody has their piece. Go ahead, Jeff.
Neither pro nor con. Here we are 20 years later, the same words and methods are being followed. I think that the people of Hawaii need to look at the issue of geothermal not from an in favor pro or not in favor con point, but a view as what all of us is together in the whole. We are all in this together, and the approach should follow that line of thinking. Permits have been issued, and the project is going forward. Of course, we are being told by people outside of the community and after the fact. That is for the good of the state, and it's for the people. There has been no discussion with the community of Puna, or, for that matter, the residents of Hawaii. The decision was made by people outside of this community, the people in power. This country came into being mainly because the people in power, the British, made decisions without consulting the people that were being affected by the decisions. There was no discussion, there was no input, and there was no compromise on the decision, even when discussed. The very fabric of this society, a democracy, is what is in jeopardy here. The very fabric. Elected officials have the obligation to present to people they represent the issue in an open and concise way with all the facts, so that the people of this community can ask questions and make an informed decision on what affects their lives. This is not the procedure we now seem to follow in the United States. Communities around this country need to have their rights respected. Having stated this, I have some questions that need discussion where answers are derived from all points of view being heard and considered. Number one, let's get to the heart of this. How much money is this proposed giant facility going to cost? Cable and all. Who is going to pay for it? The big one. Who's going to pay for it? Who are the investors? I mean specific personal names, not corporate entities. People in our community have a right to know who their neighbors are going to be and where the money is going. Who is responsible in the case of an emergency? What is the emergency response plan? Hey, for 20 years we've been trying to figure that one out. And how are we going to evaluate, and where are we going to go? Who is going to pay for it? Number four, have other alternate sources such as renewable and conservation methods of energy been fully and totally looked at and proposed? A lot of questions here about that have already been brought up. 5, how will noise pollution be dealt with within our quiet countryside? Who do we bring our grievances to, and how long will it take to get an answer? We've been through this one. 6, who sets the standards for air quality, and will we have the most recent and best methods of monitoring gases emitted from the facility, and who is going to pay for that? 7, what about relocation for people most affected, and who is going to pay for that, and when? That's been going on. 8, this location is on the most active volcano in the world. Are there not other geothermal locations more stable? What happens when the volcano finally says enough? What about all the money spent? This is where the true discussion and answers to energy use and consumption and conservation should really be considered and addressed on a statewide basis. Thank you, Jeffrey.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
My name is Lawrence Pedro. A while back I went to see Fred Loss about cleaning the roadway down to Lavatory Park because we have a whole bunch of kids traversing that section of land, and it hasn't been cleaned completely. There's been trees that have been falling down. I don't know what you guys thinking, leaving that tree hanging over the highway. Sooner or later, one of us will die, and can we sue you guys because you didn't cut the tree that's leaning over like that? And right next to it, they had a yurt. That big tree covered where the yurt was. So I'm just asking, you know, for the safety of our visitors, you should be more akamai and say we need to think about safety first. The safety of these kids that are using bicycles on the mud. You need to scrape that place up and put lights so that nobody bangs them. One death is too much.
I agree.
No, but nobody's doing anything. That's what bothers me. I mean, this is Hawaii and we all are part of it.
Right.
But no one's doing it. So I'm just wondering, when are we going to do it? When are we going to clean it up? Yeah?
Right back there with his hat on.
I'll answer his question. Yes, we started down there already, but with the rain and other issues on the other side of the island and over here, yes, we are going to finish that job up. I mean, I've been in this job for 12 months, and I think I accomplished a lot for this community here. You know, okay,
Who are you working with? You working with Public Works?
Public Works, yes, and they're very helpful. I'll tell you that right now. They work with us, you know.
So,
Did the best they can to do it.
I moved into Puna a long time ago. I used to live in Maku markets. I started in market. Okay. I don't know what it takes for people to consider what's happening in Puna. Puna has lots of places that belong to the Hawaiians. I got a ticket for going out to the hot spot at night when everybody was gone. I did that for a year and a half, and somebody said, the policeman gave me a ticket. Then I sent this man a doctor's paper saying that I cannot possibly push my wheelchair up the grade because it's too steep, and I have nerve damage. Nothing came out of his office. He didn't respond. So I'm asking you about your workers. How come they're not complying to a Halanui is where we get healed? And it's not for them to tell me where I can be. Like I told a cop, I was not stealing your water or your rocks. So why are you giving me a ticket? He said, well, somebody complained. I think that's bogus. So I went to see Honma and Fitzgerald, and I got no response. So what am I doing? I am taking you guys to court because the Disability Act is in my favor. And they should not have given me a ticket for being down there to exercise. I'm a disabled veteran, and I need the place to exercise, and you guys are wrong. I'm just saying that you're not looking towards Puna. You guys putting so much money into Kona, but not enough. Could you break it down how much you put in Kona and how much you give to Puna? You don't give as much to Puna. Right now, recently, I've seen a lot of changes, but not quite like Kona. Puna has
the newest police station is in Puna. The newest fire station on this island is in Puna. The newest transfer station on this island is in Puna.
Right.
The newest road that was paved is in Puna.
Right.
So
I'm-
I'm not sure what you're saying that
I'm
Puna
looking
not
at-
getting, that the newest park being built island-wide, the most money being put in a recreational facility is right here in Puna,
Where?
right here in Pahoa. It's 56 acres, right here. We're gonna put in football field, soccer field, walking paths, left field, so everything flows right in the center of Pahoa. Gonna be the focus of recreation and health and well-being, right here, 56 acres. So I gotta disagree that Puna not getting its fair share when the best and the latest of everything is happening right here in Puna. Is it where it needs to be? Absolutely not. We got a lot more work that needs to be done. We're not saying the work is done, but a lot of effort and partnerships is going on with state legislators, with our councilmen, past and present, and we meet often. And every time a need comes up, we don't say no can. We say, shoot, let's do it. American with Disabilities Act, we get projects island-wide ADA. We just met with the federal consent decree, the ADA master. Looked at Hawaii County, and we looked at all the projects we're doing. Got to do $4 million a year in American with Disability Access Act projects. So certainly, do we need to do something to address your needs in Puna? Yes. But to say we're not doing anything, or Parks and Rec not doing it, when every gym, park, pool on this island falls under the jurisdiction in Kuleana.
Right.
So, are they perfect? None of us are. But do these guys bust their tail day in and day out, take every call, all day, every day? Absolutely. I call these guys, wherever I stay, people ask me for something, I call them on their cell, they pick up. So, I said it's not perfect, but I gotta defend them because I see them with my own eyes, how hard they work and how much they care. So, that's what I'm saying. Did we address your needs? Obviously we never. Can we do better? Certainly. You know, and will we? I'm standing right here, giving you my word that we'll sit together, we'll see what we can do. But again, we get limited funds too. We're no more an unlimited source of revenue where we can do every project everywhere that needs to be done. We gotta be fiscally responsible because times are challenging. But we will try to meet every need as it's brought up.